What's up, everybody? Welcome to the House of Mario, episode 25. I'm your host, Drew Agnew, and my jelly bean, my co-host, Bryce DeWitt, joins me once again. How are you going?
Good morning, buddy.
Is it morning? Oh, yeah, it is still morning.
It is still morning.
Oh, there goes the third wall.
Well,
The fourth wall.
The fourth wall,
The third wall.
third wall. Where the hell did you get that from?
What's the third wall?
Consciousness, I guess. I don't know.
Bit of a slow week for Nintendo news, but this week we decided to talk a little bit about one of our favourite Nintendo characters, one of the oddities in the Mario series, Wario.
Yeah, good old garlic boy.
Yeah, good old garlic boy, fart man.
Yep.
So we're going to talk a bit about our favourite Wario games and our dream Wario game before getting to some juicy and weird fan fiction. Haven't read through it yet, so hopefully it's not too crude. Is it? It's not, is it?
I have little inklings. It might be a little bit, but we'll see.
Oh gosh.
Yep.
But before we get into that, we had an announcement we said we were going to make this week, and here it is.
Yep. We'll put it on the table right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
If you haven't seen on Twitter, we have joined the 8-Bit Network, along 8 other podcasts. So the 8-Bit Network. 8-Bit was a website that was about news and reviews and things, and this year they're revamping into more of a network for online content, including podcasts, video, etc., etc. And we're going to join them to, hopefully make the show better and
produce high quality content.
Produce that quality content. It's a weird word, content, isn't it? Just
yeah.
It gets thrown around a lot, but
yeah.
We're trying to make the best Nintendo podcast we can.
Yeah, just throw out our quality Nintendo sound waves. Let's go with that then.
It's going to be great to collaborate with all of the other people too.
Oh, absolutely.
A lot of them are like friends of mine already, so and they make really good shows as well. So
without sounding like a shill already, there are some great podcasts on there.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, you got putting in work with Jono, and you know, I Speak Giants if you're a big D&D fan, or yeah. And
we'll be sure to keep you in the loop of all the cool stuff coming out of there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Exciting times.
It is. I think it's been an important step for this year for us, at least.
Yeah.
And starting off strong is what we wanted to do anyway. So it's kind of like, well, right out this year, go to PAX at the end of the year, meet up with people, and do our thing, and hopefully
hopefully you make it there. It'll be good.
I'll be making a conscious effort this year.
A conscious effort.
A conscious effort.
That's
yeah.
good.
You can drive because, yeah.
Yeah, I'll drive. I'm happy with that.
I hate driving in the city. It's the worst. But
yeah. Well, last year I got a parking fine.
Oh boy,
that's my country guy. I didn't even look for a parking meter. I just went, it's free parking. Surely it's a shopping centre.
Yeah.
It was like one of those little shopping centres as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's what happens. It's naivety. There's always being country pumpkins. It's like, we just expect that. But then again, like living near Adelaide doesn't have that many.
No, it's only like in the very centre.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like where you pay for your parking and stuff like that, of course. But like,
it's only that strip of like the Chinatown bit of Adelaide, really, where it's got the actual meters. Otherwise, it's like going in for paid parking or whatever. But...
Oh yeah. You generally have to go in. There's a clerk. You'll pay for your parking, and then you're pissed off for wherever you're gonna go. But like in Adelaide, in the areas where you know I guess it's less busier. You got places like Arndale and all that stuff, Kilkenny, whatever. It's all free parking. You know, whether that's the way it is because they just don't want to bother putting paid parking on those areas, or whether they're not worth it, or you know, is another question. But just living near a city where it's pretty much not a requirement wherever you go.
Good damn paid parking. I hate paid parking so much.
It's why I don't travel through Melbourne.
Because you don't want to park your car, or pay to park your car.
No, I don't want to do that at all.
Park the.
It's bad enough I have to pay to travel over a bridge if I go that direction. So I don't even go that direction.
You don't like bridges either?
No, it's toll bridges.
Oh, toll bridges, yeah. Oh, yeah. I got caught in one of those too.
Yep.
had to pay. I think it was $3, but I didn't pay it, so I had to pay $12.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I don't know where to pay it.
Oh, on the internet.
I know on the internet, but I'm like, I guess I could have just literally Googled Melbourne tolls, but I digress. I digress.
All right.
So yeah, 8-Bits is launching on the 30th of January.
Yeah.
So that'll be good times.
Yeah, I'm very keen to see it flower and become a big network, to be honest.
Happy to help them, and hopefully they'll help us a bit too.
I'm sure they will. I'm sure they will.
Yeah.
Brendan's a lovely man.
Yeah.
I've talked to him a couple of times. Hello, Brendan, if you're listening.
Hello. And nothing's going to change here, I don't think. I think it's just two boys in the bedroom still. It's nothing.
Nothing extravagant yet, but we'll get there.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Will we though? I don't know. Might go to the lounge room or something. We did it in an episode in your kitchen once. That was something.
Well, that was something, but that was also between when you were moving. We're going to set up this room. We're going to set up this room now that you're actually officially in this house.
I'm officially here. Yeah, it's just boxes at the moment.
It is. It is absolutely just boxes.
I'm aiming to set it up for Twitch, and I don't know where to set up my desk to have a good background.
I guess, yeah.
Because I could just put a table in the corner, but then I would have just all these cupboards behind me.
Yeah.
I'm trying to paint a picture for the audio listeners, but
well,
if you're a bat, I can do some sonar for you, and you might be able to see it.
If you want to be realistic, you put it against the window, I guess. I don't know. Not that anybody listening can see right now, but yeah, there's a big vanity on the left side of the room.
You're probably right.
that you could consciously think of.
I think you're right, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's stop talking about this. Let's get into some Nintendo stuff. We'll talk about Wario. Bryce, what are some of your favourite Wario games?
Well, my favourite Wario games are probably easily WarioWare.
Yeah.
I think, I don't know, something about WarioWare Touched and WarioWare Smooth Moves really did it for me in terms of, I don't know, just Wario theming.
Well, those games just work so well when you've got weird control schemes.
Well, yeah, they do.
Yeah.
And it's a little depressing. We haven't seen WarioWare in how many years now?
A long time. Was it 2008? It wasn't even that late. It was 2000.
Oh,
I can't remember when.
It was near Wii's launch.
It must have been.
It was definitely near the Wii's launch.
Must have been 7 or 8.
Yeah,
must have been. Yeah.
That's insane to think that it was 10 years ago now since the last good WarioWare game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. But I did play stuff like Wario Land and then you had games where he was the prominent villain like Super Mario Land 2. I played those as well, but I don't know. I just think a general theming, the way I got into Wario most was WarioWare.
Yeah,
absolutely.
A lot of people said the Wii one wasn't so good, but the Game Boy Advance and GameCube one. So a lot of people say them, but the Game Boy Advance one, it's a lot of just you've got 2 buttons and a D-pad. There's really not much you can do with it.
No, and some shoulder buttons, I guess.
Yeah.
They also had the what was it called? The motion control one on GBA though.
Oh yeah, Wario Twisted.
Twisted, that's it. I had that as well, and that was okay, I suppose.
I didn't really play that one. No.
Yeah. I mean, it brought what was essentially WarioWare as we knew it, DS and onwards.
Yeah.
Because
they had a bit of flexibility with the controls.
Well, yeah. Absolutely, yeah. And I think that was pretty important for it, a pretty important transition. I've never played the GameCube one, ever.
No, I haven't either.
Mainly because, it was hard to find that type of thing.
It's hard enough to find Melee, let alone
let
alone Wario.
Exactly, it's hard enough to find a copy of Melee. You're not wrong there. So, it's weird to hear that people thought the Wii one wasn't that great because I thought it was a great time.
Yeah,
but,
I don't know.
Something about the motion controls and all that. It just, and sometimes they stuff up, but that's WarioWare.
Yeah. There's a lot of times where it's you can't find the sensor bar. You're like, come on, find it.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna fail, and
you're trying to be quick, but that's WarioWare in a nutshell. I think is you make a stupid mistake or whatever. It's just a little thing on top of it. I guess I thought the mini games in WarioWare were fun. I thought the mini game sets that they had were pretty good. I can't complain too much about WarioWare Smooth Moves. I think Touch was probably my favourite though.
Oh, was it? Really?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Not that I didn't have fun with Smooth Moves, of course. We've explored that a plenty.
Yes.
But
that was one of our games, wasn't it?
It was great.
Was it Smash Bros, Guitar Hero 3 and WarioWare like for a long time?
Yeah, absolutely was.
We used to like jump into it and do the just see who can get the best score.
Oh yeah,
a lot of times, yeah.
Like it wasn't like an overly competitive experience. It was just kind of like
it's good fun.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see what we can do. And I'm not sure a lot of people got that from Wario, where they were kind of just like, what is this stupid game about?
It just nails our sense of humor too.
It does, yeah. It's just like
dumb.
It is
so dumb.
Like they had the woman sweeping the leaves outside, and then an eagle comes along, picks her up. Like what the.
It's like, what?
Yeah, all right, that's fine. No, Touched. I think I love so much because I spent so much time on it. I guess the thing is Touched has a weird history with us. I think because the way we came across Touched was somebody getting it at a connection tour in Adelaide.
Yeah, someone won. One of our mates, Jordan, he won a copy.
Yeah,
and we had no idea what WarioWare was.
No, yeah,
and we sort of just lent that around and sort of fell in love with it that way.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we kind of just passed that copy of WarioWare around, and yeah.
I still remember when WarioWare Touched was like $10 at Target when they're getting rid of them.
Yeah,
I didn't get it. Must have spent it on a milkshake or something else. I don't know.
Oh no.
Yeah, especially if I collect DS games too. I'm like, I really want that in my collection, but
yeah, that's a shame because I'd like to have a copy of that laying around.
Whenever I think of WarioWare Touch, the mini game what comes to my head straight away is a bunch of little creatures walking across a tightrope, and it says "Don't blow."
Yeah.
And if you blow into the microphone, it blows them all off, and all you hear is "Ah!" It's just so funny. It's like,
jeez.
Yeah.
It's definitely. Whoa.
I had an alarm set for 12 o'clock. I was gonna have a nap.
Oh yeah, well that never happened.
No.
Yeah. The thing is, they came up with the latest one on the Wii U.
Yeah, that's.
And it was. I don't think it was what anybody was hoping for, but WarioWare also had a rough history there.
Did you give it a go?
No, I didn't actually.
Yeah, I didn't either.
I
feel like we should have. We sort of.
It's. I like it's 6 games. It's Game and Wario. It's like 6 games in one.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, which is fine, but like I don't know. I wanted another micro game.
Yeah, well, I guess with the price for $80 or whatever it was, and also just reviews being like meh.
Yeah,
we just never bothered. But no. I feel like once it got cheaper, I don't know if it's still cheap now. I don't know. It's probably like if I find it cheap, I'll go back and give it a go. I think, but I wish I did give it a go.
I guess
because I think that concept of the kid playing the Game Boy under the cover and trying to hide it from his parents. I think that was a good idea. I can't even remember the other ones. That's probably how forgettable they were. But
there was one with cricket where you had to like jump and collect dumplings or something.
And also coming straight off Nintendo Land, we're like, okay,
no,
as well. I think that was most of it.
Like the thing is Nintendo Land was fine for a little bit, and I had fun with some of it. You had the Donkey Kong experience with the little tilt
cool.
controlled. I thought that was awesome.
That's great. Yeah.
It was nice. It was nice that it was stuff like that, but yeah, just hot off the heels of Nintendo Land.
I remember going to play the Zelda one. And it says, "Oh, my Wiimote's not working. Oh, I don't have my sensor bar plugged in. I'm not plugging my sensor bar in."
I've paid for a brand new experience. I don't want a sensor bar.
Actually, I just set up the Wii U again on the TV in the new place, and I've set the Wii U up and I've put the sensor bar back in to play Wii games and that back in there.
Yep.
Actually, talking about WarioWare on the Wii U, when we played Smooth Moves a couple of years back for that Let's Play, playing it on the Wii U in HD, we actually noticed little details that we didn't notice on the Wii.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
I forgot what was that big giant? He had his eyes or something? I forgot what it was.
Oh, I can't remember. I just remember going, what?
Yeah, because we couldn't even see it on the the Wii version because it's too blurry.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. The good old 360p or 480p?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Remember those days?
No, I'll try not to. So when I went back to play Sunshine sometime last year, like it's so hard to see. It really is hard to see.
Oh yeah.
So used to it.
The thing is like Sunshine is a really good game, but God, just looking at it.
Was it blurry like back in the day anyway, or?
Well, kind of. I don't know. Sunshine's got this really weird art direction where it kind of looks blurry, kind of doesn't. It's really strange. Like it looks good, but then you see like the visual inconsistency, and you're like, what's going on here? Yeah.
Because you don't really find that problem with the GameCube version of Wind Waker or anything.
Well, no.
Yeah.
Back to Wario though.
Back to Wario.
What about you? Because I said something about Wario. Have you played anything else that I haven't?
Probably not.
Did you play the Shake Dimension?
No, I didn't.
That's a surprise.
Did you?
No, I didn't play Shake Dimension, but I did play the GameCube game Wario.
Why do I feel like I feel like I've got Shake Dimension. I think
you actually have Shake Dimension.
I feel like I picked it up really cheap somewhere.
Yeah, just haven't played it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think you've got it. I was almost certain you'd played it, so you must have it somewhere.
I feel like I have it, for some reason. Maybe I do. I'll have a look in the boxes after the show, but
yeah. No, the closest thing I played to that was Wario World, I think it was called, on the GameCube.
Yeah,
and that game was infuriating at times. It was all right, I guess.
Was that a launch game?
I think so.
Yeah.
It was really really odd.
What a weird choice to sort of
to launch a console.
Or just decide to put development time into launch a console with.
Don't know.
Because Luigi's Mansion, that was launch, wasn't it? Was it launch?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you've got Luigi's Mansion and got Wario. You got Wario. Just kind of.
Where's the big hits? Where's my Zelda? Where's my Mario?
They had Smash Bros, didn't they?
We only get Beware stuff like Luigi and Wario.
I put a fair bit of time into Wario's Woods on the Game Boy Color on the 3DS Virtual Console.
Yeah,
that was good.
Oh yeah. No, the Wario Game Boy Color games were really good actually.
Yeah.
A bit of a grind if you wanted to like get a decent completion in stuff like Wario Land. Obviously, I think Wario Land 4 required you to collect a ton of money to actually get a full ending out of it. But no, I had a bunch of fun with it.
Yeah, for sure.
But now that we've talked about his games, what about Wario as a character? He's
odd, isn't he? Bit of an oddball.
He is a bit of an oddball, but I think he creates a scenario that universe kind of needs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I really like the wackiness of him.
Yeah.
Whereas Mario and Luigi, they're sort of like, Mario's sort of the straight one, not straight as in sexuality, but the straight one, and Luigi's the timid one, where the comic relief comes from often in the RPG series and that. But
yeah,
with like Wario and Waluigi, they're just weird.
Yeah,
like just from the way they look, the way they talk, the way they act.
Well, Wario is egocentric. He thinks of nothing but himself and money.
Yeah.
So, and garlic, I guess that'll put you there. But he's kind of like that. Most villains are in it for the fame or the money or something or control. You got Bowser who's in it for the princess or some sort of gain, whereas Wario's just in it for cash money. The cash money, and he's not even necessarily a bad guy. I mean, like he was in the past, sort of thing. I guess
he's just a prick, really.
He's just that asshole that lives around the corner.
Just getting Centrelink.
But like he turns up in like Super Mario 64 DS as a playable character, and
he was a really fun character in that game.
Yeah, exactly. So like it's like debates out, but then again, like it's happened more than once in the Nintendo series. You got to think games like Super Mario RPG where Bowser was a party member and all that stuff, or Bowser's Inside Story even more recently. Where it's usually the RPG games he comes out as.
You can play as the selfish sort of character.
Yeah. But with Wario, because he's not really villain material ever since Super Mario, Mario Land 2 rather, he got his beat down. Ever since then, he's sort of just been like, oh, I'm that asshole. I'm that asshole that likes money.
Well, I guess they make every now and again they make a standalone Wario game, like the Wario Shake It, whatever it was called.
Shake Dimension, yeah.
Yeah, but they're not really making like their 2D Mario games aren't really wacky enough to have Wario in, especially like their new Super Mario Bros. Series. They're not. They're not really. It's very stale. So I guess there's not really much room for Wario there. They're just like, I don't know.
The thing is so like thinking back to Shake Dimension and watching like the gameplay and stuff of it, like it looked really good.
Yeah.
I can't remember how the reviews performed for it or whether it was a fantastic game, but like seeing Wario and more stuff like that would actually be
I think it was fine.
Seeing him in more stuff like that would be great.
Yeah.
I
seeing
think
more Nintendo games, like 2D games, to look like that too. Like really nice art style.
Yeah, it was absolutely. Yeah, I'm not sure why that. They haven't really paid attention to him since, but it's not like Wario games were bad.
Yeah,
there's a lot of love going around for like the old Wario games and stuff like that. But especially nowadays, I think we could use something like that to push us through. A year where it may seem a bit shallow. That'd be good.
Yeah, it'd be great.
But I don't know how quick they're going to reattach themselves to Wario. That's the only thing. The character's sort of an exploitable, where it's just like, you get a funny fart gag for that type of thing, and you might catch people's attention. Or
like I said, a very dumb character.
he is. Well, I mean, Waluigi's a dumber character.
Yeah,
we might as well throw him in the lump here. Like, his debut was Mario Tennis, of all things.
Yeah.
Like, cool.
Well, he's not really in much else apart from Mario Kart.
I guess not, but...
he's never been in, like, a proper Mario game, has he? Like, has he ever been in a...
Nah, he couldn't have been. He's been in, like, Mario Party and stuff, but...
Yeah, like a proper one, like...
Yeah, no, not a mainline one, no. But... in saying that, apart from Mario Land 2, Wario technically hasn't been either, unless you want to count him in the DS remake of 64, which
I probably would.
It's a DS remake of 64.
Yeah, it is. It's still a proper.
Yeah, but
pretty Mario.
It's adding content to an old game.
Yeah,
it's not like he was programmed in there to be a massive part of the story or whatever.
Just going back to Wario in that game, he was so much fun to just go back and see what you can destroy.
Oh yeah.
In the sand level with the cubes going over, and like you could like just punch them and kill them.
Yeah.
And you could never do that before.
He was like he's obscenely strong. I'm not sure why, but he's obscenely strong for some reason.
Yeah.
In that game, it's just like I'll just punch whatever.
Yeah. What do you think about the power ups being locked behind certain characters in that? Like, if you want to turn metal, you have to be Wario. If you want to go invisible, you're Luigi. If you want, what did Mario have? I forgot what Mario had. Oh, the wing cap.
Wing cap.
Yeah.
Just I don't know. Could be a simpler times thing, but it was a simpler time when like it was all Mario, and he could do all these things instead. Power ups are kind of like a.
It's pretty easy to find their caps though.
Yeah. It was really strange in. It was really strange in Mario 64 because they were like trying to transition from Super Mario World and like we want power ups in this game, but we don't know how to implement them, and somehow they managed to implement them and it worked all right.
Yeah,
it did its job. Like it's no Fireflower or Tanuki Suit or Starman or
they didn't come for a long time either.
No, yeah, but it worked out relatively well. And if you're playing Super Mario 64, it just made sense. It's like it's just like this cap turns you metal, this cap turns you invisible. This is the wing cap. It was simple enough, but like. Once it got to Super Mario 64 DS, it sort of segregated a little bit and gave each individual character their own unique traits, and which is great and everything. But it sucks having to go and change your characters and then come back, and it was fun playing as unique characters, including Yoshi. Yoshi was great.
I just stuck with Yoshi the whole time and grabbed the different caps. Found that easiest.
Yeah, well,
Yoshi was the funnest to play with the flutter kick.
Yeah. You know, the selection of characters in that game, it was kind of like, well, it's fantastic and all, but I'm playing as Yoshi now, and you've given me the best character you could possibly have given me at the start of a Mario game, so, you know, why would I want to switch now? I mean, there's a lack of ability to, like, don't think you could wall jump. No,
you can't.
Exactly.
I think that's... couldn't all three of them jump? Mario, Luigi, and Wario? I think they could.
I'm not sure Wario could wall jump.
I think Wario could, but it was worse.
Mm.
Maybe just Mario could. I can't remember.
Either way you look at it, you know, going through that little game a bit. If you watch a speedrun of the DS version, it's like it always ends up being Mario anyway, because Mario's got all the tech.
Yeah,
you know, and that's just how it's remained ever since.
Mm.
But as for Wario will never get attention. He doesn't even get collected. He just gets left with the bullies.
Mm.
Down in Ice Hell, I guess, is like a clear representation of where he is.
Yeah. Actually, yeah. I remember that now.
Yeah, because it's an ice area full of bullies.
That was fun too, punching the bullies with Wario.
Yeah.
Punching anything with Wario, that was really good. That really entertained me.
It was his unique ability. It's just what he did.
Big punch.
You know, it was almost a bit of a distraction from the real Wario, though. Like, because you look at him in WarioWare and stuff like that, and there's nothing to do with him being strong. It's just him being a goofy asshole. And so let's not forget, everyone. Strong Wario is a fantasy. He's just a goofy asshole now.
Well, they say that it's not fat; it's muscle. So.
Well, I mean, I could see that. Absolutely, I guess. But, you know, the only time since Wario Land... Since Wario Land, it would have to be... that he'd ever been depicted, like, super strong, I guess, would have been the DS remake.
Mm.
And ever since then, he's just been in goofy games.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I don't know. Anyway.
So, what would be one of your dream Wario games?
I don't know. I think stuff I discussed back there with like the shake dimension and how that looked really pretty, and you know, maybe making a follow up to that.
Yeah.
That probably is a bit more polished, I guess. Because I think that was half the problem with the Shake Dimension, was it lacked a little bit of polish. It was a little too short.
I'm really curious to go back to it now. If I've got it somewhere, I really want to play it now.
Yeah,
we're talking about it.
Yeah, well, I don't know. It looked like a fun game, but like I wasn't going to spend $80 on it or whatever it was at the time that I saw it.
No.
I'm like, no, yeah, it looks alright, but I'm not that invested. It was during a time where I was starting to lose interest in 2D platformers. I'm not sure why.
Probably because they made a million of them back then. But New Super Mario Bros. Wii and
yes, all of them. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. Something like that would be cool, or an actual WarioWare game would be nice, or you know.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of possibilities for the character. It's just, you know, trying to work it in.
Yeah. I've got two that I really, really want.
Yep.
First one's obvious, new WarioWare game.
Mm-hmm.
The Switch is absolutely perfect for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely perfect for it.
Yep.
Yeah, just countless possibilities for that.
Yep.
The second one is Mario and Luigi go on a holiday. And Wario and Waluigi RPG for the Switch.
Oh god, yeah, right.
Just the writing in those games, they could have so much fun with Wario and Waluigi.
They could,
especially if they make those characters talk, which Mario and Luigi don't do in those games. They just do funny emoticons and yeah, exactly.
Oh,
you did that very well. I think a game like that could be very good.
Oh yeah, it'd be basically like even less serious Mario RPG.
Just like
where it's just like if somebody's like, "Ha!" It's like, "You'll never stand up to me," and Wario just punches him in the gut, and he's like, "Let's go."
It could be like it could be like they see a bunch of coins in a castle, and they're like, "There's this big goofy heist story or something." Just something just really dumb.
Yeah,
they don't have to save anyone. Don't have to do any like standard things like that.
Yeah, they're kind of just like, we want money.
We want money. Yeah,
that's actually not a bad idea. I never really thought of that. I think that would work alright, actually.
Yeah, I was thinking about the last couple of days, and the more I think about it, the more I'm like, oh, I want that game.
yeah, it'd just be like pure slapstick comedy.
No, because like the last year we've got Zelda, Mario, Xenoblade 2. We've got all these fantastic games, but I want a bit more humor.
Yeah.
Like we've got this, and to be fair, there's only a few games like that are based around humor. We've got like South Park, the 2 games.
Oh yeah.
But there aren't many games that just like actively make you laugh.
No. Yeah.
I'd really hope with the next Wario game they actually try and make it funny.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Yeah.
You know, it like that. That was the appeal of WarioWare for us. I think is that, you know, especially when we were playing through it the first time, we were just confused and surprised and genuinely laughing at like half the shit that was happening in this game, and it was fantastic. But you know, WarioWare since then hasn't really been present. You know,
hasn't they haven't made a WarioWare game, so
well, you know, it's just sort of missing it from that perspective right now, in which like you could probably fill it in a lot of ways, like a Wario RPG, like you said, or you know, it'd just be good to see something. I guess. I never would have really considered myself a massive Wario fan, like back until before Touched and Smooth Moves and all that. You know, Wario was okay. Like his games were kind of good, but I never finished one.
Yeah.
You know, but nowadays it's kind of like, well, I like his zany character and I want to see more of him. And
Wario number 1.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's it.
All right. I reached out on Twitter to ask some people what their dream WarioWare game would be, and Miss Ali Hart on Twitter said a dating sim.
A dating sim.
That could be let's face it, that'll never happen. At least an official one from Nintendo.
You sure you don't ever want to date Waluigi?
I mean, I want to date Waluigi. I think if you look on the internet, surely there is a dating sim with...
Oh, there'd have to be.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? There'd have to be just about anything on the internet.
Yeah, probably don't look for it.
Name it and you'll probably... No, because you'll probably end up on Newgrounds. It'll probably be filled with nudity and, you know, sexual interaction and all this other...
Interaction?
Sexual interaction with your mouse, you know. Rub that nipple.
Yep.
You know what I mean.
Take off those overalls. Oh, God.
Oh, God, yeah. No, I just... Yeah, I don't Google that. Don't Google that. It'll probably happen. We'll probably get it tweeted to us and we'll be like, oh, dear Lord, no, if anybody's going to do that.
At Bryce DeWitt, Wario's nipples.
No, not at Bryce DeWitt. At the House of Mario, if you're going to do it. I don't want to see it on my feed.
Why not?
Because I'm not interested. I'm not interested in the big old Waluigi Aero game. Thank you.
Yeah.
Or Wario, for that matter. And I can't let any exceptions by with that one, because somebody will be like, we didn't say Wario, and they're going to do it anyway, and I'll be like,
Look, if someone did that, I would laugh. I'd genuinely laugh.
I'd laugh too, but like...
At least it's a cartoon nipple, it's not just a nipple.
Yeah, like I can't say I haven't ever seen worse, just... If that hits me at the wrong time of day, and I'm just like,
I'd laugh if you haven't seen worse than a nipple. That just comes up on your Twitter like, oh my God, it's the worst thing I've seen on the internet.
Nipple. Damn.
Nintendo nipple.
New product released by Nintendo.
Yeah.
Give it a rub.
Right off the labo, eh?
Oh yeah, right off the labo.
Put your nipple... Oh, no, we'll stop there.
I don't know. I think it's about to get worse.
It's about to get worse. We've got some Wario fan fiction to make your ears bleed with, I guess.
Dear Lord. So I've probably read more than Drew has of this.
Yeah, you started off. I'll.
It definitely gets worse the further it goes down. We're only going to read the first page, I think, because there's a lot of spelling mistakes, and we'll go through it.
If there's bad grammar, actually read the bad grammar.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, when you do these things, how do you not? Like it seems like the most integral part of reading fan fiction, right?
Yeah, well, it's not funny without the background.
Wario was in his house one day when Waluigi burst into the house. I've important news! Waluigi exclaimed, I've made some spaghetti! Wow, let me see, Wario said. Waluigi pulled the spaghetti from his pockets and threw it onto the table. Where is it in your pocket? You go.
Because I didn't have any containers or anything, Waluigi answered. Wow! Wow, let's see the spaghetti, Wario said. He moved over to the table and inspected the spaghetti thoroughly. It was of good quality despite have been in Waluigi's trousers. What about the taste? The texture? Only one way to find out. But before Wario could eat it, he had to spice it up a bit. This is weird. That when he turned around, his ass facing the spaghetti and farted on it. What are doing? Waluigi asked. I need to give it some spice. What the hell? What did you find?
You found it. I just read on.
I didn't find this. You found this.
Oh yeah, good point. I did too.
Yeah.
Shit.
I need to give it some spice, Waluigi replied.
It only gets worse as it goes on, so have fun.
He blasted another spicy ass splat. Which reeked of onions and facial matter. It was perfect. Wario fat. He picked up some of the spaghetti and ate it, tasting the mixture of sauce and what the hell? I'm gonna say feces. I don't even know what he's trying to say there. That's disgusting, Waluigi said. Can I try some? Wario had no idea. He took off his pants and exposed his big butt. He put some of the spaghetti and his ass and spread his cheeks wide.
I told you it devolved and it got worse.
Oh. See, I'm never sure whether to actually swear or be crude on this podcast because it's Nintendo based. I don't know who's listening, whether it's people our age or kids.
Mm-hmm.
Or just throwing that out the window.
I think for the most part we're pretty okay.
Yeah, okay.
So go ahead.
He spread his cheeks wide. Dinner is served, he said to Waluigi. Waluigi bent down and began to eat the spaghetti off Wario's asshole. Wario farted in pleasure. As Waluigi continued to eat. Then, after Waluigi was done, he had a great idea. Oh no. He was going to F Wario's butthole. Oh. See, I don't like the sexual bits. That's a bit fun.
No, just the whole transition of him coming around, eating spaghetti, farting on the spaghetti, and now this.
Then it's just like, I'm gonna have sex. I'm going to F. I don't want to say fuck, bros. But I will say.
Well, you already said it.
I
now.
know. Well, obviously, yeah. If I really didn't want to say fuck, I wouldn't have said fuck. But, I'm going to fuck your butthole. Waluigi explained. He took off his pants and exposed his 14-inch dong. He powered his choo-choo train into Wario's tunnel and plowed it like he was digging for gold. But instead of gold, it was Wario's butt nuggets. Wario started to masturbate. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, no.
Wario started to masturbate too, jerking off his 5-inch pens.
5-inch pens.
Wario pumped and pumped and pumped and pumped his fat chock into Wario, his penis blowing up inside of Wario's rectum, shooting off gallons of semen and filling Wario's butt with Wario cum.
Oh,
no, Waluigi cum, sorry. It feels so good, Wario said. What do you want next? Waluigi asked. I don't know. Wario sad. How about we fuck that cuck Luigi? Sound like a good idea, Wario said. Let's go. Oh my god, this is page 1 of 15.
This is page 1 of 15. How crazy is that?
Jesus Christ.
Yep, we are not reading more than that.
Well, how bad does it get on page 15?
Oh, I don't want to know.
That escalated very quickly.
Like, clearly it's of parodic nature. There is no doubt. But, like...
I really want to be on the fly on the wall. I want to be the fly on the wall of the guy who's writing that. Just like, he's just at his computer. He's got his glasses on. He's got like a red wine just next to his keyboard. He's like, so, oh, honey, what do you think of this paragraph? I want to fuck Wario's butthole. Okay, that's a good line. Yeah.
Yep. What about the part where...
How do you spell said? Oh, S-A-D? Cool.
What about the part where he bends over backwards and spices up the spaghetti with his farts? Do you think that's a bit erotic? Delicious. And talks about butt nuggets. Dear Lord.
Got to decompress from that one. Bloody hell.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I told you it only devolved and got worse.
I honestly don't know if that's offended our audience or not, but let us know if you like or dislike us reading fan fiction. I think it's fun.
Look, I don't know. There'll be a warning on Twitter if you're seeing this through Twitter. Maybe in the show notes there'll be an explicit warning, I guess.
Yeah.
So,
oh no, we're gonna have to put explicit on this episode. Shit. Jesus.
Yes, we are.
It's also something called Wario. We'll call the episode Wario's Smooth Moves.
Oh dear Lord!
And it will be tagged explicit. And everyone's just like, "What the hell's going on in the house of Mario?"
Dear Lord. I don't know. Yeah, that devolved to something absolutely nasty pretty quickly.
Yeah.
You know, I read on a bit before it started. I didn't read all of it though because I didn't want to ruin the entire thing.
I didn't read any of it. I did not expect that.
No, I just read it to see if it's like, can we get away with that?
I was expecting fart jokes. That's what I was expecting.
I mean, there was fart jokes, just of a different nature, I guess. But I was kind of like, well, yeah, I'll read ahead a little bit, and and then that's what it come to. So now, in case you're ever wondering. They're going to find that cuck in Thomas in parentheses Luigi, and they're apparently going to go fuck him too.
Jesus. All right,
dear Lord. All right. That has taken it out of me.
Yeah. All right. Let's end the episode there. We'll do a shorter episode this week.
Yeah. Shorter episode this week, I think.
Yeah.
Busy weekend ahead for the both of us. So. Yeah.
Yes.
We'll. Take the time.
We're still decompressing.
We are decompressing. It's completely dumbfounded me.
If you want to find us on Twitter, you can find me at iDrewby and Bryce at Bryce the Wit. And remember, he wants the nipple pictures, so send them his way.
Please don't.
And you can find the podcast on Twitter at the House of Mario. Bryce is going to be starting his Twitch channel up again.
Yep. From time to time, it won't be super frequent, but I'll be on.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Well, what do you plan on streaming?
At the moment, I'm playing a lot of Fortnite in the middle of the night. So if you're a night owl, I'll probably be on.
Yeah. If you're American, in the morning.
Yeah, if you're American, in the morning. If you're from Europe, whatever time that is, I can't remember all times.
I'm going to say middle of the day. That's a good guess.
That's so. Yeah. I'll be on. About
don't even know.
9:30.
Don't you do the thing where you plan your schedules and you post every Monday so people know when you're on?
Yeah, but I'm not gonna scheduleize it just yet. Like I think at the moment it's kind of like I get on late night, I get on with a couple of people of Fortnite, play a bunch of rounds, might get a couple wins, have a bunch of laughs, and then that'll be it. But I was just thinking about streaming it because why not? I think it's a good thing. Good quality thing we can stream, which is fine. So if you might see me on Fortnite, or you might see me on Nintendo games or whatever else.
Well, you might just be streaming you reading fanfiction.
Oh dear Lord, no! I could not do it.
Reenacting fanfiction.
I can't do it for a living. Okay, I can't do it for a living. No way.
For a living.
Yeah. Start making a living off Twitch fanfiction reading. No, let's not do that. Anyway, continue on.
Yep. And we have a Discord community
Before we
where
have more nightmares.
we have some cool people in there. We've got,
Yep.
So join that. There'll be an invite in the show notes if you want to join the Discord.
Yeah, just keep in mind as well as sometimes we ask questions via Twitter or both Twitter and Discord.
We'll do both. Yeah.
Generally both. So if we leave a question, you can always leave your answers. It'll be read on the show. Like today was done with the Wario dating simulator.
Yes.
And
Sally Hart.
Yep.
Hungry Gamers.
Yep.
8bit.com.
That's right.
Sorry.
That's right. So it'll be read on the show, and yeah, get our responses out of that one. Just come up with your best and most dumbfounding answers you could ever think of, and make us feel uncomfortable.
And if you have time, leave us a review on iTunes, SoundCloud, or whatever podcast service you listen this to on.
Yeah, please do.
And this week for Nintendo Jukebox, we've got RetroSpector's Pokemon Sun and Moon remix.
Awesome.
So we should have had a Wario song, really, but you know.
Well, yeah, I don't know. Trying to come up with a Wario song when you've got no internet right now is a bit difficult.
Yeah, and Pokemon's cool, so here's a song for you.
Yeah, so here you go. You can listen to some Pokemon jams after your Wario episode. That's how organised we are.
That's how we roll. All right, guys. See you next week.
Yep, absolutely.